A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this particular session, I'm going to be talking about a DM who chose a karmic marriage instead of a real marriage, or you can say his DF. If he had a DF, then he thought that no, it is too difficult to deal with it because he did not want to deal with the actual problems that he had back then, because all of the people who are connected to the twin flame journey in some way or the other, especially the masculines, these people always have the option. Either they face their own demons, they fix it, they don't blame the other person, or they choose another life wherein they look seemingly happy from the outside. Okay, socially they look very happy that they have a person, they have this, they have that, but within they are not happy. When they made this decision, now obviously there are a bunch of them here and there, so they were like, what, if I am into this relationship which is more spiritual, which is more about my soul, it is connected to my intuition, even they feel these things, I am going to be in more trouble, I am going to be in some kind of a difficult situation. First of all, they assume that. Secondly, they see certain signs and they feel in a certain way, they feel some kind of intensity within them also, and instead of accepting that intensity and instead of accepting whatever is happening, they try to run away from them. In this particular session, I'm going to talk about specifically those masculines who were in a relationship, they made certain commitments. It's very, very important to understand one thing, guys, that if you make a commitment to someone, anyone, doesn't matter only your love interest or your partner, it can be literally anyone, your mother, father, brother, sister, neighbor, friend, boss, or anyone. If you make a commitment, make sure you live up to it. What masculines do is they don't live up to the commitment, so therefore they are not at that point in time divine masculines. They are called distorted masculines because they don't live up to their word. They just give a commitment or they make a word as per their convenience. In a situation when they are stuck or when they are talking to somebody, they want to come across as, helpful people, good people, nice guy and this and that. They'll just throw a commitment in that, hey, don't worry, I'll do this for you. Okay. And also they are trying to get something done from those people. So in order to get something done from someone, they make a commitment. So what they are doing is a horrible thing actually. So when they want to be with the DF, they genuinely at that point in time, initially they may be in love and all, but they also see that, okay, they are having a good time with the woman, the girl, they are enjoying, and they know that she's a bit difficult, she's a bit, cranky about certain things, she has a certain trigger zone, so if I pick that topic up, then, she's not gonna be with me. At that point in time, they don't even have an option. Option is somebody who is clearly showing you interest. Option is clearly someone who is not trying to read between the lines, or who's not saying, like maybe not. Option is someone, opportunity they see in this is someone who's clearly telling them that, hey, let's get, together. Leave your woman or whatever you have going on. I'm the better option for you. Even in words, sometimes they can say, that, oh, you have a horrible relationship. Oh, you're so unhappy in that relationship. And I don't mean it in a genuine way. They don't genuinely see that the DM is unhappy. If they are a good friend, if they're a true friend, then they will tell the DM that, what, you're just running away. You don't have to run away. Stay wherever you are and try to figure out why you are feeling this way, because when we run away, when we are trying to escape from a current situation that we are in, we are not looking for a solution at that point in time. We are just looking for an escape, an easy escape. An easy escape initially looks very easy, but when you get into it, it becomes very difficult and annoying. And then you want to get back from it, get back out from it. And marriage obviously is a very big decision, but when the DMs make the decision, at that point in time they feel it's a very lucrative decision, or it's a right decision or a light decision, whatever you want to say. with the DF, there is too much going on, there is intensity, there are emotions, there are triggers, and she wants me to man up. She wants me to stand up. She wants me to do this, do that. Who's going to do all of that? I don't want to do any of it. All the things that the feminine used to tell him to do, that you can do this, you can, live a free life, you can be a free man, you can be this, we can do it together, and blah, blah, blah. At that point in time, he cannot do it. Obviously, he cannot do it. Simple as that. Otherwise, he won't have chosen the simple route. But when he is stuck with the karmic, that is the time, and he wants to get out of it. Because, when he entered the mirage, it would look like, oh wow, what a beautiful oasis, in the middle of the desert with beautiful tents and cool breeze and all the shade and all the food and camels. And I'm just giving a symbolic example, guys and girls. So he's like, wow, this is a wonderful place, I got to be here. And then once he realizes that it's getting boring, it's getting monotonous, he's done all the things that he had to do in that carnival, in that fair. Now he wants to leave, but he cannot leave because it's a trap. It was always a trap in the first place. Karmic relationships, karmic entanglements, for those who understand it, for those who are awakened enough to understand, sooner or later they find out that this is a trap. This is definitely a trap and I need to get out of it. So when he wants to get out of the trap, that's the time he is going to do everything in his power to get out of it. Be it a legal case, be it fighting a divorce battle, or be it, if he did not get married, he just did a commitment, like a legal commitment, or, he started some kind of a business and, he took some money and now he has to return it to her. She invested in some of his idea and she just invested in his ideas because she wanted to keep the man. Not because she was like, she just felt that he's a good catch and I got to keep him. And most of the DMs, the potential divine masculines, they also have a very interesting kind of an aura. They are nice, But a karmic can only take materialistic things from them. Either it can be his body, either it can be his presence, his physical presence, his time, or whatever, he's available and he's committed and this and that. That's why I said socially the relationship looks very nice from outside, but inside the person who's stuck in it, he only knows or she only knows what's going on. Now, those of you who feel that you were the runner and you made the mistake and you're a woman, so I would again say these are timeless readings, timeless channelings, and these are also not gender specific. These are energy specific. So whatever energy you relate with more, you could be a runner and you could be a chaser. And it's no shame in accepting that you've been a chaser in a certain relationship or you were running away. Most chasers who I've seen in twin flame relationship, they usually are not chasers otherwise. They are just chasing this one relationship, or they could be having a love addiction, which means they are chasing the perfect idea of love. So anybody, who can show them that this is the perfect idea of love, they are going to chase that person. Sooner or later, they need to realize, or they will realize that, this is my addiction. I just want to be in love, or I just want the lovey-dovey things, whatever they show in the movies, in the media, typical things that most people do. Now, the divine feminines are definitely not typical from any point of view. Even the masculines are not typical, let me tell you. But both of them, it's not like one person is always right and the other is always wrong. That's not true. Otherwise, we won't be doing all this healing work, right? We are accepting that as a chaser, being a chaser is a wrong thing. Having a love addiction is not the right thing. It's not healthy for your mind, for your life, for your body, for everything. Now, another problem here is that it's not a problem, I would say. Basically, it is the elevation or the ascension of the feminine. So this masculine could also be keeping a track on the feminine, or he could be just somehow, checking her out on and off. And he sees that, she is much happy. She did not, get into a trap like I did. She did not get married for money or for something else that was lucrative. And she is much happy like she had told me, So for that, one more thing that the feminines need to understand, that this particular channeling will apply to those who are in that energy, because he does not turn around to see what's right and what's wrong until and unless he does not check on her, because he will check on her, guys. If you have such an intense relationship with someone and 2 years, 3 years, you've been with someone, 4 years maybe, even if it was on and off, even if it was runner chaser dynamic, and one fine day the other person decides to run away and just finds another person out of the blue and then settles down with that person, don't think that they will not look back where you are. Obviously, when they leave you, you are in a discarded zone. They discard you at that point in time, and they look at you like a horrible thing. I don't want to say the word that I wanted to say, the phrase I wanted to say, but they look at you like someone who is just not good enough for them, just not worthy of anything. And they feel that they had given you enough time, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, whatever they gave to you is more than enough for them. I gave this woman so much time, and she's still the same. And on top of that, she's just going, degrading. And actually, you could be upgrading. While, when the feminines are in the runner chaser dynamic, every time the runner comes back, he only comes back or she only comes back because you have ascended to a certain level. That's why they come back. But by the end of it, you become so much better. You ascend so much that it's not possible for them to catch up with you. And you do it while you're with them because it becomes very difficult. Those who know what I'm talking about, you know that when you're together and you want to ascend and the other person doesn't want to ascend, or they lie to you a lot, they cheat on you, or they do whatever they're doing, it really hurts a person, whosoever is in that position, the one who's going through it, watching all this. So they also try to do whatever they can try to do. So when you look back at a person who you had discarded after spending such a long time with that person, you were absolutely right in your head at that point in time that this person is not a good person, or this person is a fake person, or this person is annoying, irritating, and I can never be happy with this person. Whatever your case is, whatever his case was at that point in time, when he looks back, when he turns around, say after 2 years, 3 years, and he sees this person is thriving, they are flourishing, they are doing good, they have a good business, they are making money, they look better, they are healthier, and they don't have those entanglements, or they don't have the trap that this one has. And any which way in today's world, an independent woman is not going to commit to a man that easily, especially who has codependency issues. But a karmic would, because a karmic also has some karmic codependencies. She only wants, say for example, she is turning a certain age, 30, 35, 40, whatever, I don't know, maybe 27, 28, depending on where she's coming from. And her family members are telling her that you need to find a guy, or we need to find a guy for you, and you need to settle down. Now she's got everything. She's got the support, she's got the money, and maybe she's got the looks, even if it is coming from Botox or whatever. I'm just saying this, guys, or because this is how I have seen it in most cases. But they do have a lot of support, and they've been raised in a certain way that even when they were wrong, the parents pampered these people, and this happens with a lot of enabled narcissistic children, okay? So she, in her mind, thought that this is the right person because whatever is trending, say nowadays, spirituality is trending, or something is trending, music is trending, or certain type of music is trending, or certain type of clothing is trending, and he is basically embodying all those things. He looks spiritual, he's talking in a certain way. He could be doing that because he's lived with the feminine, and he's also learned from the feminine. So whatever he's picked up from the feminine, that does not belong to him for real, because he did not pick it up also because he believed in it. He picked it up because it was trending and she was doing it. So he was like, wow, people like it, so let me also do it. Let me also do the same thing. And he started doing it, and the karmic really liked that. She really digged into it, Maybe he made some tattoo which said Nirvana, or I don't know. Buddha's tattoo he made, or he did something, or he was just singing songs, and she was like, wow, what a guy, he's got a Nirvana tattoo, or he's a traveler, or he's on the bike, or whatever. He must have 100% picked up from the feminine, but he was getting bored of it. And just then, when he's thinking, I gotta get rid of this person, because sometimes, the feminines have these deep codependency issues. Even if they are doing the right thing, but they need someone's approval, they need someone to tell them that you're fine, because of the way they have been raised. Now, their childhood is not as green or as colorful or as beautiful as the karmic or some narcissistic kid. they've not been given any of those things, the attention, the affection. And I'm again not being gender specific. It could be man, it could be woman, whosoever possesses the energy. Now their childhood was full of questions, and their childhood was full of like, why are you like this, and why do you act like this, and why do you behave like this, and where are you getting in life, and so they don't kind of understand most of the things that other people do, and they like to create their own world where they hide. Now they don't need to hide. That's the whole thing. They are not supposed to hide. They are supposed to just be on their own. Now, depending on what exactly, you guys should also check out the human design, because that also sometimes helps a lot. If you're a projector, if you're a manifestor, if you're a reflector, if you're a manifesting generator or a generator, all of you will have different ways of functioning. You could be doing ascension work, but you need to also figure out that what works the best for you. Some of you may not flourish with a lot of people. You gotta work solo. Your ego will also get hurt each time you're gonna go ahead with some other people, or you're gonna find a bunch of people who are like-minded, or you're gonna make a team, or you'll not like it because you're like, oh, I can't do this, I need to do my own thing, because they'll be critical of you, or they would know something that you may not know, and they'll put it on your face that this is not how it works, and you still want to try it out, you still want to do it, so you will not like it very much, or take it in a positive way. Or you could be someone who only works good and better when you are socializing with people, or when you're in a war zone. There are some people who like to be in a peaceful zone. Everybody wants to be peaceful, like, let's face it. We are all looking for peace, and peace is the most difficult thing to find. But even in war, you can be in peace. That's the trick, actually. Then the war is not a war, then the war becomes a gameplay. You gotta enjoy it. If you're not gonna enjoy it, if you're not gonna have fun with it, I'm sorry to say, you're gonna not only lose, but you're gonna be like a sore loser, or you'll be sad or depressed. Let your enemy stand in front of you. Let the people who trouble you, trigger you, face your triggers. That's the whole thing. The DM, the runner, cannot face the triggers. The runner always wants to go for greener pastures. The runner always wants to settle for a comfortable life. The runner always wants to take easy options. But little do they realize that those easy options are going to be painful thorns that will prick into their asses, and they would not be able to sit in that comfortable place. What is comfortable? Where you can sit, you can relax, you can lie down, you can chill, you can eat. But if somebody is poking some nails in your ass, can you sit down on a place? This is the best way to explain it, guys. So that's how uncomfortable a comfort zone is. And he realizes that. And on top of that, he's seeing the person who he had discarded flourishing. That kind of irritates him more. But now he cannot fight with her or him. He cannot go back and say, hey, what the hell, you're happy and I'm not. Because they are the ones who walked away, or they are the ones. And any which way, this doesn't suit anyone, to go and blame people for being happy. You are not happy because you have a problem within you, and you don't want to fix that problem. You don't want to find a solution. You just want to blame the people. If you want to blame the people, my suggestion is, you can say that, then go and talk to those people directly. And only then you will realize whether it is justifiable or fruitful or not. In some cases, it's okay to take an action. In some cases, you realize that taking an action is a wastage of time. It's a mere wastage of time, And some people just don't get it, And when you move away from their energy, and when you're like, I don't want to do this, you've been in the war zone, you've done whatever you had to do, and then you realize that, okay, I've had enough, I've fought enough, now let me just go back and observe everything. You realize that you have already done what you had to, pretty much done whatever you wanted to, or you could have, because you are not the doer. Also remember, you are not the doer, so you have to surrender. One of the key stages is surrender. Now, he is not surrendering because he doesn't know how to surrender, and he'll only surrender when he sees the feminine surrendered and she's at peace. Okay, so this kind of dynamic is definitely possible here. For your personal situation, you can check out the description box and you can connect with me. Some of you could be in a false twin relationship, you may not know. Some of you could be in a karmic relationship, you may not know. So, and some of you could actually be in a twin flame relationship, but you may not, you're not supposed to marry your twin flame. You're just supposed to meet the twin flame, get this shock, soul shock, and then live your own life, move out from it and live your own life. They're just there to give you the soul shock so that you improve. They might, sometime come back and talk to you, but it's not necessary you're supposed to end up with them. So all these questions you can get an answer through a proper reading, through a proper channel reading, a channel session, which is personal to you, which is not for everyone. And also, my friends, you can check out the therapies. You can work on releasing your third-party blocks, your karmic blocks. Your chakra alignment can be done, and most importantly, release the narcissistic abuse, the trauma caused by the narcissistic abuse, because this abuse is the abuse that tells you you are not worthy of love. All those people who think that I'm not worthy of love, even when they attract good people in their life, they may be attracting good people all the time, all the time, men and women must be coming to them, approaching them, wanting to take them out, but they within themselves don't feel that someone can do something for me, and then they will be in guilt that why did I say this, why did I say that, this person is not even getting back to me now, they were chasing me so badly, so what happened? And you might have these questions, So anyway, for personal situations, you can connect with me and you can write to me at the sunamoon@gmail.com only when you're sure about it. Please do not share your twin flame journey in advance with me, because we need to use our intuitive abilities and the tools, the other tools that we have, in order to get the most honest and productive answers. So thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out.